Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP. Yeah, change your future, starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear. Just imagine, being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin, so maybe you lift the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from getting out. You just think you're going to die. Then you think, maybe if I bang on the lid, I might unsettle the dirt, and maybe, just maybe, somebody might notice and start digging their way down towards me. This is what it's like to feel habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind that maybe, just maybe, you might reach out to somebody and ask for help so that you don't have that chance of overdosing? Because overdosing not only takes your life, but selfishly, you'll be taking your life away from the people that care most for you. People like your grandchildren, your children, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife. With this, I ask you one last time, please call me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back before your life is gone. There are other people that can help you. People like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. That's 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I are both addiction recovery coach. Larry Geis and I always tell people like you. That's right, you. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't even matter what your background is. What matters most is that you're here looking for help today. Please call Larry at 516-458-2741 or Google him at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geis and I are standing by waiting for you to make the phone call. Please give us a call. Call Larry, 516-458-2741. Folks, I am doing my first video since I've been up here in the great state of Alaska, pinch hitting for a company that I used to work for. They needed someone to help, and I am here to help. I did a video a couple days ago, and for some strange reason I couldn't upload it, and when I finally was able to upload it, guess what, folks? It was upside down. This is what I mean about life itself. No matter how many times you stumble, no matter how many times you fall, you don't give up. I could have given up after that, uploading that video once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. No, I didn't give up. I continued, but then it was upside down. But here I am today to talk to you about 12 major pros and cons about living in Alaska. The frozen north, the last frontier. The northern frontier, land of the midnight sun and land of the noonday moon. Alaska has many nicknames. It is a place where adventures and misadventures can happen at the same time. Pleasantries and unpleasantries coexist harmoniously in the state. Beyond romanticizing the life of Alaska, there are some reality checks that everyone should sign up for, at least before considering moving here. There are obviously some living in Alaska pros and cons. Every city or state or country in the world would have its pros and cons, I might say. Whether the pros of living in Alaska are more satiating than the discomfort of the cons and going to depend on how you look at things when you hear this. Number 1, list the pros and cons in Alaska. The pros of living in Alaska. If you're someone who enjoys the outdoors without being bogged down by the wraths of nature, then you have a wonderful time here in Alaska. It is a land of adventures. You can go camping, biking, skiing, fishing, ice climbing, hiking, rock climbing, and you can also indulge in many other activities. Every day or every week in Alaska can be equally as adventurous if you have the nerve and intend to use that nerve. Number 2, Alaska is a borderline case of a welfare state. The state actually pays its residents for living there. Anyone who has lived here more than a year in this particular state would qualify for a benefit known as the PFD, or Permanent Fund Dividend. You can qualify anywhere between $800 to $2,000. This money is more like an incentive for being a resident in the state, and the money is not taxed like all other monies in the country are, like the PFD. There are many other programs for Pacific careers. You can actually earn much more than what you would normally earn in similar jobs anywhere else in the country. Number 3, Alaska is a place where you can actually have wildlife expeditions. You would come across mountain goats, eagles, moose, otters, deers, bears, and many other animals that you wouldn't even recognize them. Number 4, Alaska doesn't pressurize its residents with overbearing cultures of fashion and dress codes. Owing it to weather and how the culture has shaped up, you can practically wear anything as long as it is comforting, befitting of the weather, and not offensive. You can walk into a meeting wearing a pair of jeans and no one would raise an eyebrow here. The lack of fashion sense is somewhat that people would put it, but many it can mean freedom from the overpowering scanning eyes of peers and fashion conscious. In other words, what this article was saying is it doesn't matter what you wear. If it's comfortable, wear it in the great state of Alaska. Number 5, Alaska doesn't have spiders weaving their webs in your home or poisonous snakes in your backyard. Living in Alaska has many perks, and for those who absolutely hate bugs, it would be a wonderful experience. Last but not least, of the pros is number 6. Some people fall in love with the nature of culture of Alaska. If you're someone who loves tradition and cultures of indigenous people, when you enjoy living in Alaska, but those cultures would never impose anything on or have any bearing on the normal resident from another state or country, which makes it all more interesting. List of cons living in Alaska. Number 1 on that list is, there is a reason why the state gives you money to live here. Alaska has a very high cost of living. Everything is very expensive. While real estate is expensive in most states, the cost of normal food items and consumer goods in Alaska would shock even you if you're rich. Not only would you pay exorbitant amounts for everything from milk to a phone, you would also have to deal with the high rate of inflation. Number 2, Alaska can get very dark during the winter, literally very dark. You may not even see the sun for a few hours every day, and when you're in the northern part of Alaska, then you may not see the sun for many days at a stretch at a time. The weather has a bearing on many people living in the state. Seasonal depression is also a common problem here in Alaska. Number 3, Alaska is not easily accessible. Many places don't have road connectivity. Airfares are crazy, and you may have to take bookings for ferries many weeks in advance. If you are shut off from the rest of the world, and you don't have a way out, then you can blame the place that you're living. The minimum wage here in the state of Alaska is so pathetic. At $7.75 per hour, Alaska is one of the worst payers, and yet you are expected to shell out the most. More than $1,000 a month if you rent a place that's barely 500 square feet. No one should move to Alaska unless it's a very rewarding job financially. Number 5, shipping to and from Alaska is another pain you have to deal with all the time. Don't expect to receive and send stuffs as easily as you would if you're living anywhere else on either coast or the Midwest. Last but not least, number 6, snowy terrains are another unavoidable reality. Gravelit roads clogged up with snow and studded tires are a problem you cannot avoid or avert. Remember the frozen north, the last frontier. The northern frontier, land of the midnight sun and land of the moon, day moon. Alaska has many nicknames. It is a place where adventures and misadventures can happen at the same time. Pleasantries and unpleasantries coexist harmoniously in this state. Beyond romanticizing the life in Alaska, there are some reality checks that are very crucial for you to know before you sign up to make the big move up here. There are obviously some living in Alaska pros, and there are some that are con. Every city or state or country in the world would have its pros and cons, no matter where you might live. Whether it's pros of living in Alaska that are more saturating than the discomfort of the cons, it is going to depend on how you look at things. If you enjoy the outdoors, Alaska is great, full of nature and animals. Alaska is on the borderline of a welfare state. They actually pay you to live here. Alaska is a place where you can actually have wildlife expeditions. Alaska doesn't pressurize its residents with any overbearing cultures or dress codes. Alaska doesn't have spiders, weaving webs, or poisonous snakes. Some people fall in love with the native culture of Alaska. If you're someone who loves tradition and cultures, Alaska's the place for you. Now, the cons. There's a reason why the state gives you money. Alaska has a very high cost of living. Everything, and I mean everything, down to a gallon of milk, is very expensive here in the state of Alaska. Alaska can get very dark during the winter. Literally, you may not see the sun for more than a few hours, sometimes for a few days at a stretch. Alaska is not easy accessible. There aren't many roads in a lot of the villages. Everything is via plane. The minimum wage in Alaska is pathetic at $7.75 an hour. Alaska is one of the worst payers, and yet one of the most expensive places to live. Shipping in and out of Alaska is very costly. Why? Because everything is either shipped or flown. Last but not least is snowy terrains are another unavoidable reality. I am here right now in the month of April, and I'm looking outside, and what do I see? Snow-capped mountains. Yes, it's not ice cold, but yet it is cold. Alaska residents are here for only one reason or two reasons. Money to be earned if they have a profession that requires that, and because they really truly love the adventurous lives. Folks, I'll be here for 2 weeks, and after that, I'll be happy to leave. I love the state of Alaska to visit. I love the people of Alaska to see them every time I come up here. But I, for one, would not reside here. Not because of any other reason, because my family's not here. But, on a side note, living here would require about 20 years of my age to be shaved. My main goal at the age of 54 is to be in Florida one day, not in the state of Alaska. But for all the years I traveled through this great state of Alaska, I thank each and every person I ever ran into because they are truly nice people in Alaska. The villages are occupied by great natives, and for that I thank the state of Alaska. This might be my last trip. This is a trial trip for me to see how it goes in the future, should they ever need somebody to pinch hit again. But truly, I will say I could never live or do this full time anymore. Folks, I hope to God, no matter where you're watching me, you take notice of the state of Alaska. Do a little research. Google populations in Alaska. Google drugs and alcohol consumption in Alaska. Google depression in Alaska. And then make your decision. Take a trip up here. But truly, Alaska is not a cruise to be judged by. It is to go into the native villages, to use honey buckets, to live like they do. That, my friend, is the state of Alaska. May you all have a great day, but I hope each and every one of you out there has a sober rest of your life, and may God bless each and every one. Take care until next time. This is Ralf Friedrichs from the Take Your Life Back Today show, saying over and out.
Yeah, change your future, starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today. The show is over, but your life starts today. Taking back your life's the only way. Keep faith, stay positive, push through. Take back your life, it starts with you. Alcohol and drugs can't control your life. Let go of the negative and the strife. Ralf Friedrichs is the man guiding your way. The show is over, but your life starts today. Call Ralf Friedrichs at 1-844-405-HELP. That's 1-844-405-HELP. We hope you love the show today and tune in next time. Take back your life today show with Ralf Friedrichs.